And welcome back to Hannity, and we're broadcasting tonight from the 193rd Special Operations Wing at the Air National Guard Base in Middletown, Pennsylvania. Now, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is saying that he has proof that the Russians did not give him the DNC emails. Well, I asked President Trump if he's willing to listen to what evidence Assange has. Let's take a look. I have identified, and I've even talked to this audience, I've never seen any one person face as much in terms of attacks as you have. You have a media that's hostile, you have Democrats that are hostile, you have Republicans that are hostile, a lot of deep state that has been leaking on you. And one of the things that has come up almost throughout your whole presidency is this Russia, 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 Russia obsession. Here's my question. I interviewed Julian Assange 5 times. I've talked to him other times. He has said it's not Russia. There was no collusion. They didn't come. The DNC emails did not come from them. Congressman Dana Rohrabacher met with him, and he says he has proof-positive evidence that would show the Trump campaign never colluded with Russia. He just wants... Is it in the best interest of the country that if he has that information that he should give it? It seems, I'm guessing here, he wants in return to be left alone. Should the country, does the country deserve to know the truth if he has that?
The country has to know the truth. And also, we can't let anybody play around with our voters and our voter system. But I have to tell you this. So important. But Russia was an excuse used by the Democrats when they lost the election. They said they lost the election. They sat in a room and they said, wow, we look bad. The morning after, in fact, it's been written about, I guess, in various books or a book. But they said, why did you lose the election? They said, it was Russia. Russia. It wasn't Russia. It was a bad candidate. It was a candidate that didn't go to Wisconsin and Michigan like they should have. It was a candidate that spent tremendously more money than I did, as you know, more than double, and didn't do well in Pennsylvania, this great state, didn't do well in Florida, didn't do well in North Carolina or South Carolina. I mean, lost Wisconsin for the first time in decades, lost Michigan. Now, with all of that being said, bad candidate, but they said Russia. Then they say, and it was Trump that colluded with Russia. I'm saying, I did? So look, here's the story, and I think it's so important. This was an excuse by the Democrats, and people got carried away. This was a terrible, and it's very bad for our country what's happened, because how to deal with Russia during this campaign? Forget it. Forget it. This was an excuse that was used by the Democrats. It was an excuse for losing an election that, frankly, they should have won, because winning the Electoral College is so easy for a Democrat. You have to, they start off with 3 major states, and to win the Electoral College for a Democrat, it's almost like a given. That's why people said, you cannot get to 270. Well, we got to 306, okay, because we won a lot of additional states. We won a lot of it. But I thought it was very sad when I saw this, because they're using excuses. And, you know, one other thing I have to say. The Electoral College I never appreciated. I would rather have a popular vote. For me, it's easier because you go to different states. For me, the popular vote is easier. But the one thing about the Electoral College, it takes you around to states that you would not go to otherwise. So it's been a great thing. But I say this. We had an unbelievable, unprecedented election. I'm so proud of my people. I'm so proud of you. You know, I did this show when a lot of people said, well, I did it a lot. Yeah. A lot of people, I guess people are watching.
It's only the second one that since you've been president, but I'm glad to have you.
No, but a lot of people, that's right. Maybe we won't do it anymore with him, right?
Well, hey, well, come on, help me out
here.
We
don't need it so much. But I will say this. I will say this. You have been so great, and I'm very proud of you. And, you know, I'm a ratings person. You notice I always thought, okay, has anyone seen his rating? What you are doing to your competition is incredible. Number one, and I'm very proud of you. And it's an honor to be on your show. I have to tell you that, Joe.
Mr. President, I remember one time we had an early conversation, and I'm going to end the interview on this. And this is how I've always felt. You said, well, you know, I have all these things, and maybe you want to play golf on my course one day. You said this long before, we were friends before you ever ran for office.
Right.
And then when you ran, I just said, I only want one thing. Help our country. Right. Let's help the forgotten men and women. Let's keep this country safe. Right. And I think that's our prayer for you and the country. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it very much. The President of the United States. And also tonight, before President Trump's speech, I had a chance to speak to the crowd and ask them what they think about the Trump administration, Congress, the liberal media, and so much more. Watch this. Have you met the president?
I've met the president at a couple rallies, sure.
How do you feel the job he's doing, Congress is doing, and the media?
Well, first of all, the media we're not even going to talk about because it's a waste of time because they don't report anything fairly. In terms of the job that the president's doing, Congress needs to get on board and realize Donald Trump, love him or hate him, he is what America picked. So if Congress wants to be reelected in 2018, they should think about what the people voted for in November of 2016.
So how is the president doing?
Great. Excellent.
Excellent.
How is the Congress doing?
Terrible.
How's the president doing?
He's doing a fantastic job so far, I think.
Congress?
Not so fantastic, but, you know, I have hope that we can turn it around.
What do you think of the news media?
Well, I mean, you guys are fabulous, but CNN is fake news.
What do you think of CNN? ABC?
No.
NBC?
No.
CBS?
No.
MSNBC?
No.
How's the president doing?
I think he's doing an absolutely phenomenal job.
Yeah? What do you think of Congress?
I think Congress is being, I feel like they're playing the politics of everything. I think each and every congressman got to understand that, look, we got to do what's right for the country. And listen, I really...
Come together.
Yes, and I really think that if Congress can come together and say, look, you know, we're working towards the better of everybody, of all Americans, I think it'll be phenomenal. But
what about, how do you feel about the news media?
I think a lot of the news media is fake. Except Hannity. You know, we loved Hannity. That's
a promo. I want this promo. How's the president doing?
Wonderful. I feel better every day.
What about Congress?
What about them? Drain the swamp.
Hi, sweetheart. What's your name?
Sayla.
Now, can you stand back and show everybody your beautiful dress? Look at that. You got a Donald Trump dress. Do you like it?
I love it.
How old are you?
I'm 10.
And you like the president?
I love him.
You love him. Why?
Because he does good things for our country.
How's the president doing?
fantastic. Doing
Good.
business.
How is the Congress doing?
Not good.
I'm president of the Pennsylvania Motor Truck Association.
God bless you for what you do. I heard. So how's business?
Business is very good. We're here to support the president and his tax plan. Certainly reduce corporate and individual tax rates are going to help our industry.
Yeah. It worked for Reagan. It worked for Kennedy. Why wouldn't it work now, right?
Absolutely. It's going to enable...
Is Congress going to get this done?
I hope so.
I'm cautiously...
optimistic.
Yeah. How do you feel the news media treats the president?
Horrible. Absolutely
Horrible.
horrible. Fake news. Fake news.
You're tired of it?
I'm tired of it.
Yeah. And all of them, pretty much.
Yes. All of them.
Except me. Oh, wait.
Except Sean Hannity.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. All right.